good, you guys? This is your girl, Boofy B. I am here to share with you my commentary and all that good shit. Okay, this is my show. So, I like to talk shit. This is what black people do. If somebody told you that white people don't talk shit, they lied. They just got their own way of doing it. So let's jump right into it. First things first, I want to talk about Love in Hip Hop New York and Mona Scott Young. Why, oh why, oh why are you trying so hard to bring back these oldies? Okay, first off, they started on Monday with Rich Dollaz and Olivia. So, Olivia, I thought it was so cute how she pulled up in that Rolls Royce. Like, I mean, how do you grab a Uber Rolls Royce? Let me pull out my app. I wonder, like, because in Uber Luxury, I don't think they got the Rolls Royce, but I know that wasn't hers. And I don't know how, like, what was the point? Like, what I'm trying to figure out is, okay, you want to pull up in a Rolls Royce or some kind of a luxury, like a Aston Martin or some shit that we know you don't even know nobody with that shit. So, like, I was confused. And then another reason why I was also confused was the meeting, her and Chrissy meeting up. Because I'm saying to myself, like, okay, you and Chrissy are meeting up for what? Okay, so her and Chrissy met up. First of all, let's talk about why they brought back. We'll get to her and Chrissy last, but the reason they brought back Olivia was originally she came on the show back in the day. She used to have this song called "I'm About to Biz Ounce" like back in the '90s, and then Cash Money, no, G Unit picked her up. So when G Unit picked her up, they had the song "Candy Shop" or whatever, which put her on the map. But then she basically flopped. G Unit let her go because she has no personality. So she ended up on Love and Hip Hop with Rich. And, you know, she had no personality. So they try to bring her back in this luxury vehicle, put the unicorn streaks in her hair to make it seem like to spruce her up like she got some sort of bubbly sort of character. And it's like, honey, you're gonna need more than a colorful hair dye job to bring out your character, because everybody saw you was shady as fuck. You did Chrissy, you literally threw Chrissy under the bus, and I knew Chrissy wasn't gonna let that slide. She has to address all of the elephants in the room. So she brought it up like, yeah, you try to play me, but I'm gonna still fuck with you so we can have a storyline and so we can have a reason to, since I don't have much people to film with and neither do you, let's form an alliance and be friends again. And so her and Chrissy are now friends again, but I'm like, why bring in Olivia, and then Olivia with this weak ass, like that weak ass storyline about Phresher. I mean, come on, cut the shit. Cut the shit, Mona, because we know Phresher did not reach out to no bum ass Olivia. Like, nobody knows who she is. Now, Rich Dollaz is a household name, whereas Olivia, a bitch who should be the household name. Rich rode in on this bitch coattails. He rode in on your coattails, and now he's the household name. And you the one scraping and talking about he played you on that song December, which was like, and Rich, he's such a sleaze. You talking to the king of the sleaze bags or the slime balls or whatever the fuck he calls himself, and you didn't realize this nigga was gonna play you like that? Okay, Olivia, good job. Good job. You're so street smart and you're so smart. You see, Liv, he's got the fuck you sign up in the picture and you have the peace sign up. That should have showed you right then and there. And so they bring in this tired ass storyline that, and Olivia, they got her doing a showcase. A showcase for what? What is she showcasing? What on earth is she showcasing? Because I personally don't even know what she's doing back on the show. And what I feel is so funny is Mona is so cute how you threw Rich under the bus, y'all, because Mona is a part of that whole circle of music talent management in New York. So all of that shit with Rich Dollaz about the money, she knew, and she brought Olivia in to say, "Oh, you know, Rich, you played me on the money, you played me on the music." And now Olivia is supposedly meeting up with Phresher so that she can, apparently he calls her in to do some music. If this ain't the most contrived fucking storyline that I've ever heard of, like, y'all fucking run that shit on somebody with a GED, because oh, and I do have a GED, and even I can tell that this is some bullshit and that y'all are just making up and building up storylines. Because in what real world scenario would a young ass nigga who did a collab with Cardi B and Remy Ma be calling Olivia for to do a collaboration with? Why would he call her? Out of all of the hot young bitches that's on social media, he could be calling Summer Walker. He could be calling anybody. Nigga, you did a song with Cardi B and Remy Ma. Even Remy Ma is pulling Chris Brown out of the woodwork on to do work with her. So if she, a almost 50-year-old rapping bitch, can pull out somebody like that, why would he call Olivia a bitch who really ain't got no, like, you never popped? You always been a Z-lister. And now you about to go do some more work with a Z-lister. It doesn't make sense. But we're going to let you do you. So enough of Olivia. I feel like that storyline is just on some dumb shit. They trying to, you know what, have several seats, Mona. Have several fucking seats, because we don't have to buy into the bullshit. So here we're going to talk about Phresher. This is the guy who, oops, oh, I didn't even know I could move the shit. So let's move it up here. Here we go. So we're going to talk about Phresher. This is the dude who supposedly called Olivia out the woodwork so that he could fucking work with her and make sure that she revives her non-existent career. And that he has some sort of relevance in the game as well. But he can't really make no moves because he's got this project bitch. Now, she's a self-proclaimed project bitch named Jen, or Jen the groupie slayer, as she calls herself. Which just goes to show, like, bitch, I wish I would make my profile name, my whole identity on social media be surrounded with or pertaining to a man. Because bitch, if you calling yourself Jim the groupie slayer, you don't have no identity. Your fucking identity is slaying groupies or bitches that's coming for your man, which is not even like they gotta come too hard, because apparently he has this relationship with a bitch named Jada, or I'm not, yeah, Jada, who he was fucking behind the scenes. And it was cute how conveniently Mona and them let him slide it in when he was doing his little story. So when me and Jen were on a break for a year, we had broke up for a year. I got into it. I hooked up with this girl. Bitch, please. It's always conveniently during a break. You was with that bitch when you was fucking that bitch. Okay? So you had an artist. That's why she was ready in the club, ready to fight Jenna Ski, because she thought Jenna Ski was fucking you, because that's what she's accustomed to. She's used to you fucking bitches. And this bitch, like, she's so fucking typical. She's the typical baby mama. Phresher, you fucking with this bitch, Phresher. I don't give a fuck, Phresher. You wanna fuck with this bitch? You wanna do that? Like, okay, bitch, we get it. You said you from the projects and all of this shit, and I'm about that life. Yeah, be about that life and be the most typical ass bitch. You ain't gonna get very far on the show, because how many bitches have we seen play the role that you play? This is a role that Mona casts. It's just you're a new bitch that we haven't seen yet. But we have seen you before, because there's so many bitches in the history of love and hip hop ghetto relationships that I don't even think we can even fucking count. Like, I think I got some that I could rattle off the top of my head, but I don't really give a fuck that much. So all I'm gonna do is say to you is that y'all in y'all 20-year relationship, you're only about my age, which I'm 37. Maybe y'all ain't even that old, but you say you met in the 6th grade, and I feel like that's unhealthy. Just like separate, because all he gonna ever do is continue to fucking cheat on you and all of this shit. And you already got the turkey neck. So while he's saying on national TV he rocking with you, best believe he's blowing some other bitch back out, because this is a big strapping black mandingo, and he's not going to be able to be faithful to a bitch whose shape didn't develop. He fell in love with you in the 6th grade. Now that's why he's so obsessed with bitches getting their body done. You got your body done, and I can't even tell. You need to get your face done and get that neck done. That's what you need to do. And try to tone down the project behavior, because all of that bumming ass shit, like y'all give bitches from the projects a bad name. I'm in grad school with a bitch right now from the projects in New York, and she don't even resemble nothing like you. So moving on to the next group. I should really stop this and make sure that this shit work, because I'm tired of doing these videos to find out that for some reason the volume didn't transfer over. So let me stop this shit and okay, so yep, it worked. I checked, I did it, I looked at the video, the volume transferred over. So now we can get back to talking shit about these people on Love and Hip Hop. Best believe we coming for that ass, because y'all go on TV and make a fool of yourselves. Like, some of it is cool and entertaining and fun, but some of it is just buffoonery. So we talked about Phresher. Let's talk about Remy Ma. Like, I like Remy Ma, but we gotta drag her. She's got to be dragged. In the name of Storm Monroe and Tasha K, as they would say, you know, I like you, but I gotta drag ya. All right. So Remy, yes, this is a nice old pic of Remy. No, I was not trying to play her when I put this pic up. It's like, yes, I was. Yes, I was. Oh my God. Like, look at this pic. This the Remy I fell in love with. I don't even think she ugly right there, but have y'all seen some of the people in her family? Yo, the genes, not the best. Anyway. We're not going there. What we are gonna go is this shit that Remy got herself caught up in with this bitch, Brittany Brittany Taylor. Like, fuck this bitch, yo. Why are we even doing this, Remy? Your rap skills are undeniable, and you are definitely way up here. You should not be involved with a bitch that, or anywhere near a bitch that's way down there. And the shit that I'm so mad is that Remy got herself involved with this shit is because, Remy, as you said, your team has been waiting for you to get off of parole so that you can, you know, spread your wings and be the artist that you are. And this is taking up time. So now every instance you get yourself into, now we got to deal with you being held back and impeded again as an artist. And this time is certainly not worth it. This girl, Brittany B, apparently, so the streets are talking and saying that at some kind of event, she had some people jump on Papoose' daughter, and Remy ended up giving this bitch the business. And so Brittany Taylor, let me drop in a picture of her and her annoying little, like, chihuahua ass. So here the pic is, you guys. That's Brittany right there with the big fat shiner. Oh my God. I don't know if Remy did it. Allegedly, they say Remy punched her lights out, but we're going to say allegedly, because I don't know that Remy is agreeing to this. It could have been some goons. I would hope that Remy would be smart enough to put the goons to it. But as you know, you already did what you did with your best friend, shooting her. Well deserved, because she fucking stole from you. But you know, Remy, you gotta evolve. Like, you can't keep doing this shit. Apparently, I remember the reunion show, you put that bass in your voice. Brittany is a chihuahua. She's a little dog with a little dog syndrome. You heard her little dog feelings when you barked at her and put her in prison, checked her on the reunion show. You fucking prison punked her ass when you put that bass in your voice and told her that she was only 4'11" and that she didn't want it with nobody and that she wasn't going to fight nobody and that she ain't had no hands. When you told her that, I think you fucked with that girl's self-esteem. So she went home. She couldn't look at herself in the mirror. She couldn't sleep at night. And she decided to get you back. And that's the shit. You have to learn to evolve and adapt, because all of that strength shit and that overpowering shit that we do in the hood, that is not what's winning today, Remy. That's exactly what's not winning today. What is winning today is that bitches are using their brains. Brittany B is an annoying little chihuahua, but she's smart. She is very smart in the sense that she knew how to play you and you fell right for it. Now here you are in court and you're on TV talking about how you rather just do a year because you don't want to plead out on no shit. You'll just do a year behind bars because you don't want to deal with no civil case, which you know she'll sue your ass, and you and Papoose are not Jay-Z and Beyonce. So now Remy, here she talking about, I'll do a year. Bitch, please. Your man Pap was like, no, we can't. We need you. We have a family. She can't do a year. Because he's right. Like, Remy, how long are you gonna fucking take this man for granted? How many times are you gonna expect him to hold you down while you're behind bars or doing some hood shit? He's a man. He a black man. And if he can figure out a way not to do the hood shit and to constantly get locked up, so the fuck can you. So we're gonna need you to have a fucking donkey of the day and have several hee-haws and shit like you do for Charlemagne the God, because really you're the fucking donkey here. Like, why would you get caught up in this shit? I even thought it was stupid when they had her going and playing a mediator between Brittany B and Bianca. Like, you got this bitch, Brittany B. You guys, let me actually show you what this whole looks like. Let me show you what she actually looks like in without a black eye, because I know it's kind of hard to see her features with that big ass shiner that she's got. So here, this is, Brittany Taylor. And, she very much looks obnoxious and annoying. Even the face she's making, like, I absolutely hate her. I think that's why, we don't know what she does. Supposedly she's a rapper, but I have never seen or heard anything from her except for that song that they cut her out of on the season with Safari and everybody. So I'm good on this girl. I'm so good on her. The only thing that I do have to say about Remy is make better choices, because it's time for you to grow up and it's time for you to evolve and adapt and to stop putting your husband through this shit, because before you know it, you're gonna go to jail and some other bitch is gonna pop his pussy and he gonna figure out that just fucking around with a hood bitch like you is not worth it. It's more trouble. It's just like, see, because if this was going on in any other situation where the man was the one getting locked up and the woman was the one constantly having to hold a nigga down, bitches would really be yelling, let that nigga go. So what should we say? Pap keep holding this bitch down indefinitely? Hell nah. That nigga is still young. He don't have to fucking deal with this. And if I was him, I would be done with it. And whatever you go through, Remy, after this. And not only that, can I just, one more statement about Remy in this shit. Is she saying all the wrong shit? When she went and saw her friend, she said, she got me back in court. No, you got you back in court. Then she said, the last time I saw this nasty courthouse, I didn't see my freedom for 7 years. Bitch, you saying that like you didn't shoot your best friend. You took your freedom away for 7 years. It's the choices that you have made, because this shit is the norm when it comes to hood life. And we say, oh yeah, she stole from you. Yeah, shoot her. Yeah, that's what she get. That's the hood shit that doesn't apply in the real world. Do I think you were wrong? No. Because who steals from their best friend? Who fucking jumps somebody's daughter? You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, these people do deserve to be dealt with. But Remy, we know that you originally sing with MOP and talked about robbing people, snatching purses, things like that. Maybe now that you want to play the good guy, karma's coming back to bite you and your family in the ass. And I hope that doesn't continue to happen, because I'm rooting for you. So next up, who else? I mean, we spent a lot of time on Remy and Brittany, but let's get rid of them and let's talk about somebody the fuck else. Because it's plenty of people to make an example of in the love and hip hop world. So next, let's talk about another fucking washed up has been that they want to wash up on the fucking shore like a fucking message in a broke ass bottle. Tahiri. First of all, I mean, I don't know her credentials and shit, but since when all of these bitches turn out to be like, how are all of these Puerto Rican bitches turning up as stylists? Like, okay, Emily, she's not Puerto Rican, she's Dominican. Emily Bustamante, like every time I turn around, it's one of these bitches is styling somebody on Love and Hip Hop, and I'm like, is there some sort of secret stylist academy that they're all going to? Because shit, I mean, I don't have no style, but that's a cool career to jump into, and I wouldn't mind being in that shit. But shout out to Tahiri for her new career, but we're not gonna really shout her out because it's like really a stretch. Like bringing her back, this storyline, it's like Sin and Joe. You tried to throw her in as like a wrench to their relationship, Mona, but it's not working. Sin's not having it. Joe doesn't seem to be buying into it too much. Jonathan just always looking for a storyline, always got to be the tag along friend. Like, Jonathan, get yourself a boyfriend or have something popping off that we could see other than you getting in your friends' business. Tahiri and this mammogram, like, I don't give a fuck who get mad at me. I don't. I really don't even know why I just gave that disclaimer. But it was a fake ass reason for a storyline. And Mona, please stop exploiting people in their fucking health issues. Because first of all, every bitch got to go through a mammogram, and a lot of us have to have a biopsy. Bitch, you had too much coffee. That's why you had a lump in your titties. And then you allowed the people in the fucking medical industry to play you and get money off of your free New York State health insurance, because we know you got Community United Healthcare Plan or free Medicaid or whatever that shit is that people be having in the city. And so they fucking said, okay, let's run this shit up on this bitch's free Medicaid. Let's run it up. She don't really need no test, but fuck it. She's here for a mammogram. Let's throw in a biopsy. Let's take a little fluid from her titties, because it's gonna cost. That'll throw in another like $1,500 on the charge. And she's sitting there boohoo booganos crying, trying to bring Erika in as her friend so that she could have an excuse to be on the show. And it's like, y'all did the same shit with Shay on Love and Hip Hop Miami. Like, Mona, cut the shit. I see the formula and I'm not buying it. And I don't feel like the rest of the fucking country is buying that shit either. So run that shit the fuck back on somebody the fuck else with a GED. Next. I don't even think I want to spend too much time on this benign cis having ass crying ass bitch, because her and her emotional issues, and then even playing into the storyline where Erika setting her up with Joe when you know that Sin just had a baby by him and shit. Bitch, please. And you wasn't. And before I get off of this bitch, she wasn't thinking about Joe, because let's just keep it real. You seem thirsty now that you want to talk to Joe because he got that podcast that's popping and that everybody's into. Before that, he was a crackhead stealing money out your purse and you wasn't fucking with him. Now all of a sudden he got this podcast, and maybe you figure you can get back some of that money he stole so that he could go get high. And just cut your losses and keep it moving. Tahiri, I don't know why you even let them bring you back. Maybe you can make some connections with some of the new people. That I think would be better than this whole little shit you're doing with Joe and Sin, because it's kind of whack. Next up, let's move right along, because I did not mean to spend that much time on Tahiri. But let's talk about people getting their faces done. Oh, Erika, how beautiful you look with the big Puerto Rican nose and the little Puerto Rican canines. I love when they have those. I like the Latinos always have the teeth like that. And I think it's a cute feature. It's unique. And I don't know why she would change that with these veneers. To me, Erika was beautiful here. This picture is not the best because of the way that it has like this area looking, but I still felt like she was beautiful, Erika, there. I don't know why she did so much to change the way that she looks, but I want to throw in this picture here because, like, I'm happy. Shout out to the new baby. I'm happy for her. I'm happy that she stopped having to hoe around with all of these different people on Love and Hip Hop. But the only thing I'm concerned about are these new veneers, and why is that top row only being shown that's taking up all of her space is huge. Like, you look like part Asian. And I don't care what anybody says. That's a trait of Asians. Big teeth is a trait of Asians, just like black people have big noses. And you don't see nobody coming to our rescue about it when people make fun of our big ass noses. So you look like Tiger Woods' third cousin with these big ass veneers. They don't look natural. They don't suit you. I think you look like a fucking clown with it. Other than that, I don't really have much to say about Erika and Safari. They deserve each other as far as I'm concerned. And their storyline is whack. I fast forward through it often, and I'm really getting tired of Love and Hip Hop New York. So last but not least, one of the good things that I really like about this season that I think is important, it is kind of cheesy and corny and it's not what we watch the show for, but I think it is important for Mona Scott Young and VH1 to, how I love how they take a millisecond to maybe plant some seeds in the minds of the viewers. I don't know if the viewers are catching on to the scenes where they're showing Yandy being maced and all her prison reform fighting that she's been doing. I think it's great because the prison to schools, the school to prison pipeline is real, and they really are funneling young black and brown students from high school through the juvenile detention system into prison, and it is an awful travesty and a shameful mark on our country's history, as many other things are. So I thought it was great. This one right here, Jamila Davis, she actually was featured on the show American Gangster. She was one of the gangstresses that they featured and did a whole entire show about her. So if you get a chance to watch it on BET, she has a very interesting story, and she did a lot of time for scheming and scamming, but she has always been very intelligent, and she is now using the intelligence that she always had to affect positive change and to fight for social justice and prison reform. So I think it's great that they're bringing someone who seems totally immersed in that culture to the show. Like, she doesn't seem to feed into the bullshit with Yandy, and it seems like mostly her presence is something positive. So shout out to the show for that. And deuces, you guys. I really appreciate the love and you guys watching and giving my show a shot. I will definitely be back. Like I said, this might be called Nocturnal Admissions, which was a podcast that my little sister and I worked on at night. And then I also thought to call it What You Thought, because I'm definitely telling you guys what the fuck you're thinking. I'm pretty sure I am. Like, if I'm not, leave it in the comments. Curse me out, as Tasha K would say. Deuces.